morning.
Hello, how are you?
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Okay, ma'am, this is your temporary credential. In about 7 to 10 days, you should receive your card in the mail. It's going to look a lot different than the one you have now, so be on the lookout for it. You're good to go.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
So we're here at the DPS headquarters, Department of Public Safety, and so proud of the team here. We've got Director Scully, we've got Secretary Keating here. They have done a fantastic job with their team of getting Oklahomans ready for the Real ID. So the federal government passed the Real ID Act, which is to get through TSA and to fly commercially. Every state is required to be Real ID compliant, basically, because a new driver's license. Our legislature passed it several years ago, and so the team has got this stood up today. We just got an extension because of the coronavirus. There's an extension. It was going to go into effect by 2020. October of 2020, but that's been extended to 2021. But this team has done a great job, and we didn't take our foot off the gas, and they're going to be ready to go. And so we've started testing the system, and so my wife and I came in and we just went through the process, as you saw, and went really, really smooth. And so it should be great for Oklahomans to start rolling that out. We'll be ready to go select locations July 1st.
Kind of speak to that. You know, you went through the whole process just now. How was it?
You know, it was really simple. You have to have kind of 3 forms of ID. One proves you're a U.S. citizen, and the other 2 proves your place of address. Am I saying that correctly?
2 address and Social Security.
Oh, 2 address and Social Security. So you can use a passport, Social Security card, voter ID, and then a bank statement or insurance card or something that proves your where you live.
You don't need a change of name. Like if your wife changed her name probably when she married you, you don't need to bring your marriage certificate or anything like that?
We did not have to bring our marriage certificate, is that correct?
Like the passport, I already had a passport and everything in mind.
Yeah, so she just brought her passport as well.
Sorry, I'm short back here, but I know that y'all had previously said that you're going to start issuing Real IDs on April 30th, so why the pushbacks to summer? Does that have to do with the coronavirus?
Yeah, let me let Secretary Keating answer that.
Absolutely. We were originally
I'm going to have you kind of step over to your left a little bit.
we were originally April 1st. Obviously, a lot changed as we've been dealing with COVID-19. I'm super proud of Commissioner Scully, Director Hankins, the whole staff at DPS and OMES. It's a huge team effort. The April 1st deadline got pushed back for us because we couldn't have these offices open to the general public with COVID. We're phased reopening our DL locations right now. We have a lot of tag agents in the state, roughly 250, just under. We're going to have to train them. That's going to require hands-on, in-person type stuff. So we're a little behind in that regard, but our tech piece, as you just saw, is actually not on time. We beat it by 2 days, even in the midst of the pandemic. So I'm really proud of this team, and we will deliver. As I've told the governor, this is a huge initiative. It's very important to him, and our foot's not off the gas one bit. We were not going to take the extension lightly, and we'll be ready to get Oklahomans Real ID, their Real IDs by July 1.
Was the governor and the first lady, were they the first in Oklahoma to
Actually, the very first is our director of DL, Jeff Hankins, and rightfully so. He has worked his tail off. So, but we have not done many, Commissioner. I'm not sure how many we've issued.
No, we've issued about 70. We put 70 people through the process. We utilized the time that we were down to the public to be able to test a lot of our employees and run them through the system to try to work out any flaws that we would have.
Do you expect it took about 15 minutes for the governor and the first lady to get theirs. Do you expect it to speed up? I mean, it seems like a long time given that 2 million plus people are going to have to get this.
Yeah, we're thinking initially it's more like 600,000 that need to come through and get a Real ID.
Yes.
In terms of travelers that go into federal facilities and airports, it's not 2 million. But yeah, the speed time, look, we're all learning this too, and we're going to get better with time. And so by July 1st, when the whole public's coming through, we absolutely anticipate those times coming down.
Anything else?
Governor, I've got a question for you specifically.
Sure.
On IDs, the House yesterday passed a bill that was kind of controversial. It would require for the June 30th election that people have to have a photocopy of their ID if they want to vote absentee. Do Do you have any thoughts on that bill, and do you have any idea if you're going to sign it, if it makes it to your desk?
Well, the stuff that our team is looking at all those bills that are working their way through the House and the Senate right now, and we'll review that and don't have a comment right now, but we will once we review the bill.
Can the general public get their Real ID now, or is it just select people?
The general public, it'll be opened July 1st in select locations with the Real ID. So we have a lot of training to do. That was kind of what pushed us back, was what Secretary Keating just said. We couldn't get our vendors in state. We couldn't bring our folks in for training. But now we're starting to do that, and we should be ready July 1st.
And you'll be able to get it locally. People will be able to go to their local tag agents, hopefully.
Correct. A renewal license, you just go to your local tag agents. If you're 16, your first time, or you're moving into the state, you have to go one of the
33 DL.
The 33 public safety driver's license locations around the state.
How are you going to ensure that people are safe going in? I mean, people are trying to not, obviously, contract COVID, social distance. How are you going to ensure that? Because I can see how lobbies would get crowded in tag agents or even in here.
Yeah, well, right now we're in phase 1, and so this has been closed down until phase 1 started, which was May 1st, and so they're doing by appointments only. And you'll notice that when they come in, there's instructions on the door. Their temperatures are taken at that point. They wear masks to come in, and we're doing them just one at a time as we're maintaining social distancing. As we move, in my press conference yesterday, things are progressing, looking good. The data is still looking very good in Oklahoma. So phase 2 potentially, as long as everything stays the same, would be next Friday on May 15th. And we'll start giving more guidance and loosening some restrictions when we get into phase 2 and phase 3.
But they're expecting COVID to be around for at least the winter months. I mean, when people want to go in, are you guys going to do tag agents by appointments only as well?
You know, at phase 3, I don't know if there's going to be by appointment only, or we're going to be able to open up some of those restrictions. But yes, there's no doubt about it. I've been very clear with Oklahomans. You know, COVID is still in the United States, it's still in Oklahoma. We have to continue to be cautious, maintain social distancing. But the goal was never to have 0 cases of COVID in our state. It was to prepare for our hospital, prepare for the surge in our healthcare facilities, and build PPE. And Oklahomans have done a really good job. And so this measured reopening that we've done in phases is really doing well. I'm communicating with Oklahomans, and we'll continue to give more things as we see the data come in and we move through the summer months.
Are you going to start waiving appointment fees? I know you have to have appointments to come in here. There's a fee to come to book an appointment. Or is that something your administration's going to do?
Is there a fee for? You might answer that. She's asking if there's a fee.
To make an appointment, if you do an online appointment, there is a fee to do that.
So can you call in and schedule an appointment for free?
No, you have to do it online.
So you
there's
have
a
to
charge
pay for
to make
you
an
have to pay
appointment.
for an appointment?
Yes.
Or is that something you guys are looking at waiving?
No, we haven't looked at waiving that. No.
Okay.
And you can actually renew a license online right now, so without having to come in. But for the Real ID, you'll have to come in for the first time to get that, either at this location or one of the DPS locations, or if you already have a license and you're just renewing your license, getting your Real ID, then you can go to the tag agency.
I might expand on what the governor said in terms of the safety here and dealing with COVID and the appointments. On a normal day prior to COVID, this room would be packed with chairs and be very busy. On the heels of that, the commissioner and the team at DPS had put safety mechanisms up and plexiglass at all the locations. That's what we've been doing while the offices have been closed. And in the phase reopening, you're not going to see near the density inside of a building. And that's what the benefit of an appointment is, or waiting outside, keeping our distance, and making sure our people here have the protective equipment that's required so that they're safe as well, and the general public coming in. So we are taking measures to be to deal with COVID, obviously, you know, past into the fall and in the winter.
Thanks, everybody.